We have some big names returning to AEW soon. Monday Night Raw this past Monday, was it epic like Triple H claimed it would be? Stay tuned for all of that here on Screw the Script. Welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick here. Thank you for joining me. We have news here at World's End, Saturday, December 27th. As soon as at World's End, MJF could be heading back to AEW. According to WrestleVotes live on Fightful Select, MJF is factored into plans for the December 27th World's End event in Chicago as of Thanksgiving week. He's been gone from AEW since All Out when he lost to Mark Briscoe in the thumbtacks and tables match. It's been a minute since we've seen MJF, and it's quite interesting, actually, how great AEW has been the last month or so, 2 months now, since MJF has been last seen on TV. The roster is so deep. There is so many good wrestlers. The Continental Classic is just a banger so far, like I've said before on this channel. And just heading into MJF, right after we got Swerve back, may I add, who cut a great promo recently. He's packed on like 20 pounds of muscle. The dude benches like 300 now in the gym. If you've seen him on his Instagram or social medias, we're going to be getting MJF back. Is he going to come alone? I like to speculate that maybe he's going to come back with his own little faction, or maybe not. He's such a good star. He's an amazing talent in AEW where he doesn't need a faction, obviously, but he is so damn good that if he did have a faction, he would instantly be a part of probably the best faction alongside the Don Callis family. Let me know down below your thoughts on MJF returning soon, supposedly at World's End. Maybe he interrupts the main event title match, whoever that may be, because we don't quite know who's going to be challenging Samoa Joe, because at Winter's Coming later on tonight after you watch this video, because this will be posting at 4 o'clock Central on Wednesday, we'll likely see Samoa Joe retain against Eddie Kingston, but who is he going to face at World's End? And is that where we see MJF return? Maybe cost that person the title shot. Maybe he returns and costs Hangman the title shot, or Swerve, or somebody. Let me know down below your thoughts on that. Next, another name that we haven't seen in forever is going to be returning to AEW. This is a rumor, so, take it with a grain of salt, but Keith Lee is apparently set to return soon. He has been cleared for some time now, and there's hints his return is coming. AEW just out of the blue posted a Keith Lee match on their YouTube channel, and the talks are, we will see the Limitless One very soon in an AEW ring. He has been gone for I don't know how long. I miss him. He's a great talent, extremely unique to be as agile as he is at his size. His intro song is incredible. It always gets stuck in my head when it plays. Limitless Keith Lee should be returning to AEW soon. Let me know your thoughts on that down below as well. Some other AEW news before I touch on some WWE stuff. Sting was asked about the differences and similarities between AEW, WWE, and TNA, which he's had a run in all three, so I feel like his opinion is very fair and not biased. They're all different in some ways, but the thing that I liked about AEW is it always just felt like my brand. It felt like home to me. Tony Khan was the best. He was phenomenal. He treated me like gold the whole way through. If it wasn't for Tony, I wouldn't have had the run that I had, as well as Darby, my partner. Very well said by Sting. Very true. His retirement in AEW was one of the best send-offs in recent memory for any pro wrestler in any company. And it really did solidify Darby Allin as one of the best baby faces in pro wrestling. Arguably the best in AEW, even still, despite him not being in the world title picture right now. Darby Allin was definitely excelled by the partnership with Sting over a few years. I love Sting. I miss Sting. It's good to see him have some kind and positive words towards AEW. As right up here, I'm going to show Yet some negative thoughts and comments from people that you see left and right on social media, and you can't make this shit up. You can't fucking make this shit up. You got this David guy up here saying, I'm curious if all AEW marks that have been making fun of WWE for years for working with the Saudis are going to boycott AEW now if the Saudis end up owning their network. Unless AEW open and trashes the Saudis like the AEW fans have been doing, this is the ultimate irony. The backpedaling is going to be entertaining. The backpedaling is going to be glorious. Some other person said they're not ready for the conversation. Some other person said yes. Then at the bottom you had a clear-headed individual, to say that, who couldn't take this shit and said, so you don't understand the difference between openly and willingly making a deal with the royal family and being illegally obligated to because of a buyout. I'm going to be as nice as possible. You sound like if bread didn't come pre-sliced, you'd butter the loaf and swallow it whole. I am not going to put this as nicely as possible. You're a classic E-drone asshole. It's clearly night and day different. And I talked about in my last video that likely things aren't really going to change at all with AEW programming and its pay-per-views. But even if they do, they have other suitors they can go with, Amazon, whatever. I had someone in the comments suggest maybe Tony Khan made his own network, kind of like the WWE network was back in the day. And he could front load it with all the stuff that is currently on HBO Max, all old pay-per-views, and even kind of intertwine it with ROH. Whoever it was that made that comment, I believe in my last video or 2 videos ago, that was a brilliant idea. That could be an option for Tony Khan and AEW if things go very south for them. Likely that's not going to happen though, so comments like that are ridiculous. There's another one here. I think AEW reads my tweets just to continue to do apron spots, not caring about wrestlers' safety. You can't 100% protect yourself from the spot, yet wrestlers want to push boundaries just because no one tells them no. Is AEW still the wrestling company? Yes, it is. I'm sorry that you are subjected to PG product WWE and their safe wrestling. You know, it's quite ridiculous that you want to even quote the term or coin the term safe wrestling and a prolonged longevity. It's like as if the NFL decided to make it flag football. Can't touch the quarterback, trying to prolong his longevity. Can't tackle him at all. Can't even shove him to the ground and things like that. You get the point. And injuries still happen regardless. Pro wrestlers, just like NFL players, NHL players, they all know that risks come with what they do. So who the fuck cares? Now going on to some WWE stuff. John Cena and Gunther, Saturday night's main event. Unless Gunther comes out looking like this, it's really going to just be mediocre at best, mid, as MJF would say. Then the rest of the card, honestly, in my opinion, looks really weak. You got Cody Rhodes versus Oba. Oba's a great rising star in NXT, but it's just a singles match. Bailey and Sol Ruca as well, singles. AJ Lee, which is very funny actually, versus Javon and Leon Slater, tag team match. You know, I can't quite judge a show off of its card, but for the final show that John Cena is going to be at, that's really looking to be the only match that I even give half care to. Let me know your thoughts down below on that. There's been a lot of talks about Chris Jericho going around too, returning to WWE soon because he posted a clip of his Y2K, his debut years ago with the countdown timer, and people are, right up here making references to when Gunther looked at the countdown timer to Cena's final match. If Chris Jericho suddenly showed up and somehow took Gunther's place, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I would like it, but I would hate it at the same time because, one, on the good side, it's Chris Jericho, who did feud with Cena in the past, so great on that. On the flip side of that sword, that whole fucking tournament would have been a waste of time then. So I don't think this is actually going to go anywhere. If it does, we'll see what happens, but that's just something I wanted to talk about quick. LA Knight was written off pretty gruesomely on Raw recently. He's just gotten buried all of 2025, and apparently there's a claim that he's expected to have a much better year in 2026. Not gonna hold my breath. He's getting old. He's in his mid-40s now. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with WWE and taking so damn long to push talent that was really, really over with the fans. I mean, this should have been done 5 years ago, almost at this point, and yet he has not won the WWE or the World Heavyweight Championship, which is completely erroneous to me.
Erroneous! Erroneous!
We saw the Usos get back together. That was one of the highlights of Raw. I've been saying for months on my channel that Jey Uso is just not it. He is not good enough to be a single star. The push needed to end, and maybe they're finally ending his singles push by having the two back together. They have been one of the best tag teams in WWE for the last decade, so that is actually good to see them back. That's all I had in this episode of Screw the Script. You let me know down below your thoughts on the MJF news, Keith Lee, the other stuff that I talked about in AEW. What are your thoughts on Raw this past Monday? What are your thoughts on the news of Chris Jericho rumoring to return to WWE again? Your thoughts on the Saturday night's main event card? And whatever else you want to talk about. Just ask away or type away a comment in the section down below. As always, this has been Maverick with Screw the Script. Thanks for watching.